this from a very, very different perspective. I actually believe, and my experience has shown this in many occasions, that children are literally using these behaviors to bring order in their life, to feel safe, to make their life predictable. And if you really look at, for example, a child who is lining up objects all day long in a very straight line, or a child who is flapping their hands in front of their eyes and rocking maybe at the same time, okay, the child is completely in control of those activities, meaning their hands do not go against the child. The little object they're lining up do not go against the child. The little train that the child lines up endlessly does not tell the child, you got to stop this, this is not okay. So children have a very, very intelligent, very sophisticated way of developing these repetitious behaviors, but mainly for the reason of self-preservation, safety, predictability, and feeling in control to at least a certain extent of their life. Because if you look at the general approach to treating autism, the majority of approaches are all the intentions and the goals of the adults, meaning we want the child to behave a certain way. We want them to be acceptable in society. We want them to behave appropriately according to the societal rules. So there are a lot of agendas that we have as teachers, as practitioners, as parents. So imagine for a moment if you live in a world pretty much every waking hour of your day where you are surrounded by an environment, and especially the people in it, where you do not feel safe, where some of it you may not understand, some of it you may not be able to comprehend or even digest or process. All this enormous outside stimulation that is constantly coming at you, and you don't quite know how to handle it, or it is sensory very, very overstimulating, okay? I completely understand that these children would find a way to take care of themselves. So that's a general overview of how I look at stims, mainly in the autism population. Sometimes they are called OCDs, obsessive compulsive behaviors. There are different names for it. Sometimes they're called tics. Nevertheless, as long as you see that they are self-stimulating, repetitive, and pretty much closing out the outside world, that's what is called self-stimulating repetitious behaviors. And in most modalities that I have come across, unfortunately, in my opinion, everyone is trying to stop the behaviors. I have a very, very different approach.